bless up, one and all, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Troy Graham Experience. Blessings, blessings. Hope everyone had a peaceful, prosperous day. That's what it's all about in life. You find some peace, get some prayer in your heart, and we shall be prosperous. So, as you can see by the title, it says, The Silencing of Boxing, the Lost Art of Promotion. So, for years, I've been noticing that nobody really takes into account that the fighters are the business. Boxing is just an outlet. That's a lost art. It's a lost art. It's just that a lot of people they want to talk A side, B side, or whatever the case may be, but they never focus on the fighter themselves. So, but let me slow it down. Let some people get all up in here, and we can have a real good, decent discussion because this is a subject I've been wanting to touch on for a while now. So just slow it down a bit. But if you look at it, everybody could tell you a Don King story. Oh, he did this, he did that. But we know him because he promoted well. That's what we know him for. Love him, hate him, like him. Only in America. Only in America. Don King was a promoter. That is what he did well. That's what he's known for. He's not known for anything but that. The beard is looking a little, I got to comb it out by a bit. I want one of the long ones so I can look like an Egyptian or something from back in the day. But yeah, I'm growing the beard out as you can see. But everybody knocks on Don King. They say, "Oh my God, this dude is a thief. He hurt boxing and yada 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 yada." He might have heard of quite a few fighters, but based on what the fighters are saying themselves. But I don't believe he hurt the sport of boxing, whatever. Because if you look at it, he promoted some of the biggest fights: Foreman versus Ali, Don King. And did most of Tyson's fights after Custom Auto Pass and Mr. Jacobs. He did those. And if you look at it, when Tyson got incarcerated, what did he do? His pay-per-views had Chavez was the headliner. Julio Cesar Chavez, for those of you who don't know, senior. He was the headliner, and then you had championship fight, championship fight, championship fight. Who gives you four championship fights on one card? Don King. Now, mind you, I'm still upset with him and Richard Steele about the Meldrick Taylor, Julius Jesus Chavez fight, and Lou Duva as well. May they all rest in power, right? Because that was Taylor's fight to win. He already won the fight. 2 seconds left. Two seconds left. You stop the fight. You can't say you didn't know the time because you're an experienced referee, right? Excuse me, my nose here is bothering me. 2 seconds left in the fight. You cannot tell me you didn't understand that you didn't have to stop the fight in 2 seconds. Nobody could do anything to him in 2 seconds. He stopped the fight and they crushed Meldrick Taylor's spirit. But prior to all that happening, Don King promoted one hell of a fight between Chavez and Taylor. He promoted. That's the key word. He promoted that fight. Nowadays, if you have a Taylor and a Chavez, they probably will never fight. There'll always be B side, A side conversations, but it will be no fight. I mean, I can't think of one so-called promoter, uh, Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum, the brother over in England. Who am I missing? Help me out, y'all. Oh, Heyman. Say what you want. That's his title. He's hiding. He's hiding behind being an advisor. Which one of them promotes a fight? Which one of them actually sit in the room and can negotiate a fight? When's the last time you said, "Damn, Oscar sure know how to promote a fight, man. I'm excited now. Now I want to go watch the fight." Or damn, uh, 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 Heyman really promoted that fight. I really want to go watch the fight. What is the cat's name in England, y'all? Help me out. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn. When's the last time you felt excited after hearing him talk about up and coming fight? When? Exactly. Next to never. Next to never. Bless up yourself, coach. I got to give you your props, man. I've been wanting to do this topic for a while, but I heard you speak on it yesterday and it lit those fires again. So bless up to you, my good brother. Just bless up, man. I mean that. But as I was saying, right, you saw the cap, you saw the thumbnail, right? You saw the thumbnail with Ali with his mouth covered, fists up, and the lock on the side of his mouth. That's exactly what's going on in boxing right now. There is no, it's a lost art of how to promote. How to promote a fight doesn't mean you give out the percentages, you talk about A side, B side. There's two men right there. One of them might be a puncher, one of them may be a slick fighter. Push their pros, push their strengths, and that's what will sell the people. And while you're pushing the strengths of both fighters to the public, you on the back end, on when the lights and camera go out, you send little whispers into one fighter's ear to promote the animosity. You understand me? So the next time they meet up, it doesn't seem all fake and phony because it's not. It's not fake and phony. You've promoted some animosity. Yo, did you hear what James Toney said about you, man? He said he gonna do you off, he gonna dust you off in like 1 or 2 rounds, man. You done. You ain't nothing to him. Nothing. And then you go back to the other side. He said, yo, he over here talking about you gay. Talking about he only took the money for, he only took the fight for money. But in all reality, he don't like gay fighters and all that. That's what he said. Yeah, he said he gonna take your wife after the fight too. Really? He said what? Yeah, man. He said he gonna slap your children too. He said that. No, calm down, calm down, bro. You ain't got to approach him now. Take care of your business. Get that 10, 20 million in the ring first. Then, then you take care of him how you want to take care of him. See how that works? That's how that works. You promote. There's a lot of sides of promotion. There's backdoor deals, and then there's the stuff that you should give to the public. Let them know, like, yo, I don't know, man. This cat has all the speed in the world. I've seen him knock out. I've seen him move around the ring like Sugar Ray Leonard. He fleet of foot and all of that. This cat over here, he definitely a Tommy Hearns. He can knock you out and send you to your ancestors with a one punch. You understand me? This cat over here, he got all the heart and drive, and he's a war. He's all for war, like Marvin Hagler. This cat over here, he's real cool. He laid back, but he got skills like James Toney. Come on, man. And you got to learn how to promote. You basically have to look at the fighters how you look at yourself. How would you sell yourself to the public? How would you sell yourself? And then you go from there, you learn the fighters' pros and their cons, and you push that, and you promote that. That's what you do. That's what the hell you do. And that's the lost art of today. There is no Don King around. There is no Ali around. Floyd made all this money, but he can't promote anything. Nothing. When's the last time he got you excited about watching a fight? When he was fighting? Never. Bernard Hopkins, on the other hand, he had an understanding of it. That's why he grabbed that flag out of Trinidad's hand in Puerto Rico. That's a death sentence, and threw it on the ground. Had to be helicoptered out of the country, or he would have been a dead man. He would have been a dead mother. I'm just talking about Bernard Hopkins. Okay? So, that's what we're here to discuss today, man. Once we get some more folks in here, we can have a good conversation going. But I see you here, Major. I see you here, Coach. The link is right there if you want to chime in. If not, y'all can just chill. But I felt it. I felt it when you were mentioning it, Coach. It sparked them fires again, right? It sparked them fires. No one is promoting nowadays. It's either you take the contract for the money, or you don't take it, and then there's these stupid. The fact is that the public knows too much about nothing. Percentages and contracts, and we don't need to know all that. Our focus should squarely be on what happens in the ring. No more, no, that's it. should be focused on the two dudes, one in the red corner, one in the blue corner. Focus on them. Ring that damn bell. Let's get it on, as Mills Lane used to say. Let's get it on. And Marvin Gaye. But nowadays, there's A side, B side. There's percentages. There's this. That's why boxing lacks a lot of passion. That's why I don't. I mean, when I'm over there with a major, it's cool. But other than that, I avoid the whole boxing conversation. But this more or less is about promoting boxing and bringing it back to life. Put some life in it. I'm sick of hearing about MMA's destroying boxing and all that. Come on, man. Thank you, coach. Thank you. MMA is not overtaking boxing, destroying boxing. We've been hearing that for over 15 years now. The two different sports is like saying soccer overtakes football, American football. It's two different. It gives you the opportunity to say, okay, I like boxing. I like the striking aspect of boxing. I'm going to watch boxing. Has a rich history. Okay, well, I like MMA. I like that it encompasses everything. You use your feet, your elbows, your fists. As far as the history is not as rich as boxing, but it got all that excitement and there's an air of permanency and danger. Like you could seriously. I saw a video where a guy got kneed in the skull, and they showed the X-ray. His joint was sunk in, like if you boil an egg, you push in with your thumb. That's how bad it looks. That's how bad it looks, right? So yeah, so that's the air of permanent damage right there. That's over there, and the women get so much more respect on that side of the world when it comes. Well, respect as in they could fight on the same card as men, and they fight the same round as men, unlike over here. And you know what? Now that I think about it, the females actually promote their fights better than the men because you could feel it. You actually want to watch a lot of these top females fight because you feel that fire. It's like this is my chance. I ain't playing around with it. This is my chance. Eminem, you better. What if you had one shot? Don't remember the name of the song, but you know what I'm talking about. What if you had one shot? This is your moment. Da, 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 da. Obvious black man who don't know the song. But anyway, that's the vibe I get from them. That is the ultimate vibe I get from the females over there, and I love it. That's why I watch their stuff, and I always promote them. Come on my show. Come on the show. I'll damn sure promote you. You know. But we have to get back to that lost art of promoting because word of mouth and the backstory and what you thought you knew about a fighter is what sold the fight all the time, every day. Word of mouth, the backstory, and what you thought you knew. I'll give you a perfect example. Deontay Wilder. We knew the backstory. Single dad, a beautiful child with a handicap, and he's fighting for his child. You don't get no better story than that. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Right? He's a good old boy from Alabama, 6'7", whatever the case may be. Not bad looking cat, soft spoken at first. Why couldn't you just promote that? Boom. How hard is it? I'm thinking of 10 ways now that I could have promoted Deontay Wilder, not the Browns bomber. Deontay Wilder. Okay? And he would have made it a whole lot further than the Browns bomber. Here's why. That's the tablet, y'all. Here's why. Advertisers, sponsors, and all that attract to a positive, uplifting story. They don't attract this somebody saying, I want to put somebody in a grave. That is one of your things you want to do in boxing. That's a negative promotion. That's you putting things out there for the sake of putting things out there. Thank you, Major. Like, let me bring it home to me. When I first got with Major, before I had my own thing here, I used to go to these pages of these YouTube sites with people I really don't care for, and I'm not going to name them, and I would just promote the hell out of Major Key Boxing. Sometimes it worked, most of the time it backfired. Then I realized one day I woke up. The reason why it's not working is because we're headed in different directions. We are a brand. We carved out our corner already, and this is what people know us for. They are in the muck, in the mire, just like everybody else. If you could throw a rock and hit about 30 podcasters saying the same damn thing from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay? You could throw that rock and you'll hit I don't know how many podcasters speaking the same damn thing over and over. It's just redundant, you know, talk and rhetoric. You don't know shit about boxing, XYZ, but nobody ever makes a point. Because what draws us to these other podcasts is the drama. It's not actually the boxing talk, it's the drama. I don't give a damn how old you are. Drama, you feel it. You still got it in you. You want to see some drama. But it doesn't promote the fight. It does not promote the fight. None of these cats know how to, they're just no more promoters left. Why am I moving so much? I don't know. But anyway, that was my point in doing this. That picture with Ali is very iconic because America was telling him that we're gonna shut you up and shut you down. And he said to them, "You can never shut me up. You could jail me. You could try and send me over the seas, but I'm not gonna kill no man. I ain't gonna kill no man for you, but I can't get equality over here." Okay. Fast forward now to present day. You have dudes that are out here pumping a false narrative. Oh well, I'm pro black and this and that and the third. You on YouTube? You talking bad about the white man on YouTube? Well, the white man on YouTube, press a button, you gone. Whoops. Whoops. You do realize there's a black YouTube, right? I'm about to partner up with them. And if somebody else will partner up with them if he answers the damn phone to him, put you in a headlock. I don't care how tall you are. But but the reason why I even do podcasting is for the love of the sport, man. I don't like the whole social media, the mouth breathers and everything else. I don't dig them. I don't dig them because reality is reality, man. Just be yourself, enjoy life, and move on. Ain't no need to, oh, I got shooters. I know where you are. And okay, so if my life is worth you throwing away yours, hey, more power to you, baby boy. But back to the subject at hand. Promotion. How would you, this is for anybody that's in the chat or I might be listening, what do you think boxing needs nowadays in order to promote? I mean, you got social media. You can't tell me you can't promote without social media. Do you think boxing needs a combination of the grassroots and social media or just a powerful social media push? What does boxing need? What does boxing need to put it back on top? Because right now boxing is it's a barrel of shit. Let me just be blunt. Yeah. Talk to me, man. What do you think would help get boxing back into a positive light? That's me just being silent to give y'all a chance. And the link, like I said, is in the chat for anybody who might want to jump on. All right. Slide Hunter. Facts. Respect, brother. Respect, brother. Good to see you. First time, I guess, but respect. So Slide Hunter, what do you think boxing needs to get back on track? Nate Key, coach, what do you think boxing needs to get back on track? And everybody else peeping in but not coming up on coming in the chat. What do you think boxing needs to put itself back on track? And don't talk about my bed either. I think it needs a little bit of both, actually. The grassroots. Get to know these fighters, man. Get to know the people that they are. And then you could enjoy their power of pugilism, I just said one thing. What was that one thing you said, good sir? Because at the end of the day, I know I was on somebody else's show a while back, and I said that boxing needs a Don King. You're like, oh, you crazy? You this, you that, and the third. didn't understand what I was saying. You give someone a character like Don King who tells you boxing, 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 and he gives you that air of danger with some of his fighters. Like, I never seen anybody hit this hard in my life. I'm afraid of him. What do you think is gonna happen? Exactly. You're gonna have somebody who could promote and put boxing back where it needs to be. That's what it is. ESPN needs to not be so biased. Well, ESPN is a tool. Is a tool. If boxing was where it is, they would even excuse me. If boxing was where it was supposed to be, ESPN would need boxing, not vice versa. Start making the fights fans want to see. I'm glad you said that slide and counter. Now I'm going to counter you by saying, how do you make those fights? Because I've said that all the time. Start making them. How do you make them? How do you get them made? Hmm? How do you make those fights? Because I've said that 1,000 times. How do you make those fights? Because if, okay, take Crawford and Spence. Crawford wants to fight, and as usual, it's across the street. Uh, you with the wrong promotional company. You ain't fighting nobody. Sound familiar? It should, because that's pretty much the going motto over at PBC. Every fighter says it. What's up, Khan Shanri? Bless up yourself. Andrew Charles, respect. That's pretty much the going motto. It's not about promotion. I mean, to be very honest with you, PBC is a perfect example of what you get when you don't know how to promote. You got twins over there, the Charlo twins. You can't promote them. Deontay Wilder, the one hitter quitter. You can't promote him. Tank, a little bottle of dynamite. You can't promote him. Hmm? I mean, come on, man. Knock it off. You couldn't make Santa Cruz Russell, and that's on the same side of the street. You couldn't do that. You couldn't put together Santa Cruz Russell. You couldn't put together Tank and Farmer. Knock it off, y'all. Those fights should have been made, but they weren't. Which is why we're here today talking about promotion, the lost art of promotion in boxing. You know, Bob Arum has never. I don't really recall him ever promoting anything. He's a lawyer, slick talking and good in contracts, but he's never promoted anything. He's a paper warrior. Tried to establish tournaments like Hopkins. That's actually what I like to do. I agree with you right there, slide and counter. I agree with you. You should have more tournaments of the top six, 1 through 6, and then you should have two tournaments, 1 through 6, and then you take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there you go. The top 12 fighters go on to this level. You don't go on to that level yet, huh? Well, yeah, you get the top 6 fighters break into two groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are in Group A, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, not 12, are in Group B, and that's the tournament. And the winner of Group A takes on the winner of Group B, and then it just keeps going until we have one champion. We won't have any bad fights. Everybody will get their fair shake at it. This way, a guy like Dillian White, who's the WBC mandatory, won't have to wait 5 years for a shot. No, the fans won't have to wait 5 years to get a title shot. Who waits? I mean, no fight takes 5 or 6 years to make. None. Don't let them fool you. Oh no. No fight takes 5 or 6 years to make. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. There are too many ways that can clean up boxing. Name them, Sean Connery. Don't just say it. Bob promotes in the sense that he outscores the work. He pays people to do the work for him. Outsources, okay. Well, Major, he's in his 90s, bro. I'm glad he is doing that. I figure young folk would pick up on it and run with it. I do not know how to do that. I've been trying to do this whole wrench thing, but I don't know how to use it. All I see is star comment, put user in timeout, block user. I don't want to do any of those things. Remove from StreamYard, no. So so I definitely agree with the tournament thing. They can shove the weight bully issue, solve the weight bully issue, Con Sonnery, by bringing back some day weight. Nah. Now when it comes to heavyweight, hmm, okay. Yeah, I knocked myself out for a second. And and they can put the final bout on pay-per-view. Okay, that's not bad because by that time, Major, people would have built up interest in it and they would want to pay for it then because they saw the tournament. The tournament was good. So they figured if these are the two best from the tournament, it has to be good. Or four, because you said you're gonna put XY breaking it down by six, two, two, two. So let's say you have two tournaments a month. By the end of the month, you could determine a whole lot of. By the end of the third month, you should have. Well, if the third month may stretch into a fifth month or whatever, the sixth month. By the end of the sixth month, you'll have a one champion. And then that champion will go on and take on anybody else that's coming up the rankings. This way we won't have a number one who can't get a shot. Excuse me. We won't have a champion who moved up and they can't get his shot at the champion at that weight class. You won't have all the foolishness you have today. So that was a very good thought. They can bring back non-title fights to keep champions more active. They can, but then that festers into the whole money part of it. Con Shoneries, the money thing. I want more money. I want more money. Do you? You want more money? So, think about all that. That is my messenger on the tablet. Never shuts up. Mm-hmm. They can bring back. Okay, I read that. Whoever the promoters are, negotiate the bag. I talk. Yo, what's good, Troy? Hey, what's up? What's up, Havoc? Hope you're ready for tonight, Havoc. Hey, Havoc, scroll up and come up here real quick. Hit the link if you can. I don't know if you're at work or not, but scroll up here and hit the link real quick. Let me talk my stuff to you. Yeah, so this is what's going on tonight, y'all, on I talk, and then we'll get back to the conversation at hand. ITOK, if you only knew. Me and my man Havoc, we had a musical battle last night. He challenged me in reggae and Mendosimov, Mendosimov, right? So tonight, the heads of ITOC said, we got a challenge for you. Why don't y'all battle each other in movie soundtracks? I said, well, okay. I'll battle them in a movie soundtrack. I had to put my Barry White voice on and said, sure you're right. Sure you're right. Right? So Havoc is shaking in his boots. Invisible bully right now. I'm in the freezer. What you doing in the freezer, man? Okay, you at work. You at work. So Major, after I dust off Havoc for the second time, I get my rematch with you or Ant. It doesn't matter. Either one of y'all can step up and give me a rematch. And after I dust y'all, you'll call yourself Sergeant Keyboxing because I'm going to be Major Troy. Actually, I'm going to be General Troy, so you can keep the Major. All right. Sergeant Keyboxing. Anyway, it was a fair fight, Havoc, man. It was fun. It was a fair fight. But let's get back to the Detroit Grab experience. I just had to take that pause for the calls because my man Havoc came by to show us some love, and I respect that. So y'all, big up iTalk late on tonight. They come on at 10, I believe, or 9:30. I get there at 10 all the damn time, so that's what I'm saying, 10. So, all right, y'all. Now, just thought about something else. With all the talk that's being done and da 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 da, who would you say in boxing today would make a great promoter? You're gonna be pretty corporal. Petty corporal experience. All right. Okay. So that's actually a low blow, Major. That's okay. But what I was saying was, who in boxing today do you believe could make a good promoter? Oh my God, this dude is hilarious. But yeah, out of the fighters, out of everybody, managers, the current promoters, who do you believe would make a very good promoter for the sport of boxing? Because I've always thought that Oscar De La Hoya should just be the should step back because everybody knows he's the face of Golden Boy and let Bernard be the one who does all the talking. I expect the fighters to promote themselves by engaging through social media and generate interest. Of course, Khan Shanri, but if the fighter is doing that, then what the hell is there need to pay for a promoter? Hmm? Shouldn't the promoter have online? Kind of back in the day, they had what's called street teams. So shouldn't the promoter have an online street team? There's no true promoter out there left. Absolutely. You need someone like me out there. You need someone like Coach, someone that knows how to promote. I would be his adversary. I would be Coach's adversary. Me. They just call me Mr. Experience. You know what I'm saying? And then every time we get into a fight, he gonna try with all that big talking and the whole fast country talking. I'll come in there and say, hold on, cool your foot, cool your foot. A summit day, I know, a summit day. So yeah, well, then he get all hype, because Coach is hype as hell, boy, with that country talk. He start talking all fast. I gotta reel him in and be like, look, you on one side of the street, me on the next. I think the promoter should create the YTBC channels and pay someone to keep us up to date with the fighters in their stables. Well, they're actually doing that in a sense, Major Key, but you have to weed through the bullshit to find the truth. Technology has brought this about for the most part. Laziness has brought this about for the most part. Technology is not really a hindrance; it could be a help because it could reach more people than before. Word of mouth posters, getting stuff on the trains, getting stuff into the clubs, the barber shops and the salon. That's great. We can still do that, but over the airways is better. Even in my business, professional musician, the six expect us to promote ourselves. You get any money for promoting yourselves? You get a certain percentage of the venue or whatever have you, Con Shanri? Because I don't think it's technology. I just think it's laziness, there, brother. Yeah, Con, music business is similar to boxing. Well, that's why Al Heyman, a music man, sits at the head of PBC. Yeah, he's not a boxing dude. He's a music dude. He's not a boxing head. Entertainment biz. He's trying to make those 360 deals in boxing. Whereas even if you sell a T-shirt to your mom, they got to get a piece of that. Even if you have a fish fry at the church, they gonna have a piece of that. You understand what I'm saying? You could disguise yourself and go into the subways and start singing and promoting your fight. They gonna get a piece of that. Fighters today are expected to promote. Okay, I got that. At least or at least have the tools to do that with social media. But I feel like it's a lot of them and speculating aren't even allowed to do that. No, because the people. This is what happens if they promote themselves to carry on. How do promoters make any money? They don't. Whereas if you were an intelligent promoter, you would have to pay you for your contacts because you go out and promote yourself all you want. But if that person doesn't have the contacts and the reach to actually make something happen, they could bark as loud as they want to, like that dog. You know, like the hit dog. They bark, 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 bark. But you don't make a difference. So what you would use them for is contacts. You know, let them pay for let them hook you up with the fighter that you're trying to reach, but still promote on the, but behind the scenes you do what you need to do. Then you have a younger one, right? Then you take the younger fighters. Well, I lost my train of thought right there because I keep dozing off. But you get these younger fighters and you teach them basically how to promote themselves, kind of like Motown used to teach their artists about PR, how to carry themselves in public and how to handle themselves. That's why some 40, 50 years later, you still have artists out there that are still singing and carrying on and they're in their 70s. People still know them all over the world. Why was Ali known all over the world without social media? Why? You can't name one fighter today or one athlete today that that has surpasses Ali's status. And why is that without social media? Can anybody tell me? Come on, class. You're in class now. The entire entertainment industry has shifted that way. The laziness is inspired by the fact that the industry expects the fighters and entertainers, for that matter, to be their own foot soldiers. Ali got out to the people. Bam! Sean Connery, you go to the head of the class and pick up your cookies and your platinum star. Ali self-promoted more than he was promoted. Well, hallelujah. 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 I say. Connery has got it. Self-promotion. That means you open your. Why is Mike Tyson more relevant and has so much of a powerful aura now than any living fighter? Because he opened his life was an open book. Not all fighters are for that, but you have to give the fans something because they give you so much. You can't name me 5 fighters today that you know anything about them too much outside the ring. I'm not saying about any accidents or just what do you know about them outside the ring. Fighters were rock stars back then. Even in the 90s and somewhat the early 2000s, you don't get those vibes anymore. No, because they're shut off and they're told to shut up. How do you promote if you were told to shut up? If someone else is telling you when to speak, when to fight, how to, it just doesn't work that way. Joe Lewis back in the day was told by his white handlers and promoters and managers, you can never have a picture with a white woman, but be yourself. Just never take a photo with a white woman, right? So Joe was himself. They like I'll give you a perfect example. There's a quote that he made some damn 70 years ago that is still relevant today. They asked him about Billy Conn and his movement because he was fleet of foot and how you gonna catch him. Joe looked into the camera and said, you know, you be fleet of foot all he wants, but you can run, but you can't hide. Joe Lewis made that statement first, nobody else. You can run, but you can't hide. That was his statement. Joe Lewis told Ali that he would be on his Bum of the Month club. You know, Ali was like, What you call the people you beat, Joe?" He said, "Well, only need he calling you back to put you on the Bum of the Month club." That's what he told him. No, he looked at him live on camera and said, "Well, I'm sure that you would be on the Bum of the Month club." And Ali didn't have nothing else to say to him. Even Joe Lewis knew how to self promote himself back in the 40s and 50s. There was no social media. There was no take home computer. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't even a lot of freedom to speak, black man. But he knew how to promote himself. Shoot. He did it in the ring and he finished outside the ring, I mean. And he finished up I'm not asleep. I'm just closing my eyes and think. But yeah, that's something else I was thinking. Joe Louis said to Ali, "Well, you'll still be on the tour." Boom. That's what he said. I was paraphrasing. You said it as I was typing. You'd still be on the tour. I'm glad we're on the same page here. Yeah. Glad we're on the same page. Because brother, let me tell you something. I got into boxing. I used to fight a lot on the street. Well, I was a slap boxing guy. I would get into fights on the street, and I just loved the whole. Well, you're a kid. You love the whole. You love it. Then I was 17. Went to Alfred E. Smith in South Bronx, right? And so I had a friend. He was Puerto Rican, cool dude, David Riaz, I believe his name was. David talked about boxing all the time. He said it, boxing, boxing, boxing. So anyway, he came in and he had a hoodie on and a gold chain with boxing gloves on it. I had him in music class. And I noticed he has never taken off his sunglasses all day in school. So eh, so basically it was his turn to sing lead. Where the teacher was like, David, you gotta take off the sunglasses inside the classroom. And he refused. Drinking, okay, where was I? So once I saw the chains and the black eye that David had, I said, "Yo, did you get jumped?" He said, "Nah, man. I was in a tournament and I won the Golden Gloves last night, man. I'm on my way to going to going to the Olympics, and I'm gonna turn pro and I'm gonna be my own boss." Hmm. Ding, 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 ding. Light went off in my head when he said my own boss. See that in that short little tidbit that he gave me, he promoted boxing to my soul, and I have never looked back ever since the age of 17. Can you believe that? I'm 51 now. From the age of 17, I've never lost the love of the sport. I could promote a fight better than the dude's getting paid to promote it right now. I could promote a hell of a fight right now because really, here's how you do it. Like I said, you got to have the love to do it. You got to know your research, and you have enough confidence in yourself that I believe in what the hell I'm saying, and I'm going to make these people believe in what the hell I'm saying. And that's how you do it. That is how you do it. You research. You have a common knowledge of the sport. I've held conversations with with a Hall of Famers, boxers, promoters, founders of Hall of Famers. Founders of Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame, Hall of Fames, like the brother in Atlanta who I'm going to have on. He's the founder of the Boxing Hall of Fame. Just a lot of different people, man. If you know your stuff and you really love it, then you could talk about it and you could hold court with it as well. You need to be able to inspire. Again, Khan Shonery. Again, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have to be able to inspire, but the first person you have to inspire is your damn self. Because if you could make you believe it, ain't nobody else is not going to believe you. If you could make you believe it, my lord, imagine how many other people you can make believe it. Don King would have you believe that Tyson could knock out God himself. You understand me? That's how nice he was with with the linguistics. Hopefully, I use that word in the proper way. But yeah, that's how nice he was. You ever heard Bob Arum speak? You ever heard him promote anything? He gets credit for promoting, but have you ever heard him promote anything? No, you haven't. Name me one time you heard him promote a damn thing. Anything. Exactly. Negativity. Oh, I can't make any money off Terrence Crawford. He promotes negativity. Yeah, and he promotes that like hell, right? That's ridiculous. This man has been knocking out. He's the only 157-pounder that's knocked out all his opponents, but you can't make no money off him? Let me tell you what. I am not a seasoned promoter. I can make money off most of these dudes today. And I don't have to rob them either. I don't. You put a good team around me that knows the business or just to let me talk, let me do my thing. Let me tell you what. I'll sell more fights by my damn self. I got a matchmaker who's gonna help me put the fights together y'all want to see. Boom, I'll go out there and I'll promote because that's where I love. That's my love, and I'll distract the people by having sexy women around. That's they always have. Football has cheerleaders, right? So why doesn't boxing have distraction like that? Because cheerleaders is nothing about distraction. If your team is losing 30-14, you pissed. You ain't gonna want to spend no more money at the stadium or nothing. Let them cheerleaders come out. Your money start coming out your pocket. Oh, you be drinking so much beer you have to piss. See, that's what boxing needs right now. Some cheerleaders and some promotions to get you to stop seeing. Hey, this is some shit they're trying to sell us as sugar. That's what boxing needs. But look here, I've been on for about 45, 46 minutes. I'm gonna stay on a little longer. Then I got to go jump off here because I do not like to eat late unless y'all want to watch me cook, which I'm not really cooking tonight. I'm just making some veggie noodles, throw some vegetables in there, and that's gonna be my dinner. I'm chilling. Over the weekend, I'm gonna make some jerk tacos. I'm gonna get some shrimp. I'm gonna get some chicken and make some jerk shrimp tacos and jerk chicken tacos. Yeah, so I'm not really. I don't eat half as much anymore, as you can see. Let me sit up. You know, I lost a good deal of weight, but I still eat. So that's what I'm gonna do over the weekend. But tonight, so I say tonight, I'm gonna make some. I got some veggie noodles. I got some onions. I got crushed red pepper and all the seasoning I need. I'm gonna make something very nice, and no spaghetti sauce. Yeah, I don't need it. I got olive oil and lemon pepper. Hello, that's all I need. And I got a little. Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I got low sodium honey butter. Right? You put that on your chicken. You put that in your tacos. Let me tell you something. Long you mix up your own type of mix with it. Delicious. Delicious. If you put it on pancakes and waffles, you won't need no damn syrup. Why am I whispering? I don't know. I just feel like it. When I start thinking about honey butter on pancakes or waffles, I'm telling you, bro, makes my mouth a little moist. Moist. Anyway, let me get off food. The Troy Graham experience. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get life. You're gonna get talk from a comedian. You're gonna get talk from a martial artist who is a musician. You're gonna get talk from. You're gonna get talk from a musician who has toured the world, even though he only speaks one language. But when he goes overseas, he loves it. You're gonna get once in a while something that maybe has to do with boxing. If I'm so inspired, right? You're just gonna get it all, man. You're just gonna get all the love I got in me, because that's what I aim to give you. All of it, not just a little. So I'm back, energized and back. The days I'll probably be doing interviews on my show will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are the days I'll be interviews. So that will leave me 2 days just to come on here. Now, if I don't have an interview on Monday, I'll still jump on here for 35 minutes to 45 minutes or maybe an hour, depending on how the conversation is going. I'm not that guy that wants to stay on for a long time. Now, if I had a big old audience, I'll say cool. But no. And in a few months, tell me what y'all think about the beard. I'm letting it grow out. You see it? You see me? You see me? So listen, one and all. I got about 30 seconds before I bounce off here. I want to thank you all for coming out. Coach Major Conchanery, Andrew Charles. I'm missing someone. Where are you? I talk havoc. Respect. And all of those who are going to watch this later, slide and counter. Slide and counter. All right. Respect. I said to respect. But listen here, one and all. If you do nothing for yourself, please pray. Please let no one take your peace, and understand that you have the power to be as prosperous and powerful as you want to be, and no one can control that but you. As you walk this earth, this is just me speaking, you are God. Now, there is a father that you have to answer to. I'm not preaching that you as a father that you have to answer to when you transcend, but as you walk this earth, you are empowered to be the best you that you can be. So do that and let no one steal your happiness and joy or your peace, because if they do that, think of the consequences. You'll be miserable and you won't move while they'll be moving on and taking their misery to somebody else. Don't let nobody do that to you. Never. If you have to stand your ground with 100 people in the room and 95 of them are telling you you're wrong, but you feel it in your heart that you're right, stand your damn ground. Stand it. Because there's a reason why you feel it there. It's because your spirit knows that you're right. They're not in tune with your spirit. So respect, be safe, be prosperous, and live well, man. Gone and gone, you know. This has been the Troy Graham Experience.